Michael, so we often hear this term, the walk, a terrifying experience, particularly for South African women. Tell us more.
Yeah, that's right, Sally. The walk has become part of our daily life because a lot of South Africans will walk to work or they'll walk back from work, and they have to get home often in the dark. And we've been talking about this issue of street lights. Often the street lights don't help whatsoever. So this is a key infrastructure issue that is connected to the other big issue in South Africa, which of course is crime. I want to focus, Sally, on the walk, the implications of walking in the dark. This survey actually asked South Africans how they felt when they had to walk alone in the dark in their own neighborhoods. So not necessarily a crime hotspot, but in their own neighborhoods. Take a look at the numbers. 15% very safe, 27% fairly safe, but this is the key one. 38% saying they felt very unsafe. Added up to the section that indicates people are feeling a little bit unsafe, and we're talking 58% of people feeling unsafe in the dark or at night. And just to emphasize the importance of lighting, Sally, compare that to the figure for daytime. Just 13% of South Africans saying that they felt uncomfortable or unsafe during the day in their own neighborhoods. There is also a gender aspect to this, Sally, perhaps not surprising. So we're going to focus specifically on that category of people who said they felt very unsafe. For women, we're talking 4 out of 10, so 41%. 5 percentage points lower for the male category, 36% of men saying that they didn't feel right walking around on their own streets. Sally?
It's interesting. I would have expected the gap to actually widen.
Yeah.
Because as women, it's just inculcated that you are never safe when you are walking alone at night. So still, though, we have very unsafe streets. It's absolutely clear. And, of course, the simplest solution is just never to go out again at night. Of course, it's not that simple, particularly in South Africa, with the history of apartheid spatial planning, which means if you live far away in a township and have to commute to the city, chances are, in the morning or the evening or both, you're travelling at night.
Yeah, that's the thing. And a lot of South Africans have to walk to work, either all the way or perhaps part of the way. Let's quickly take a look at those numbers, Sally. So we took a look at the National Household Travel Survey. That told us that 2.7 million South Africans have to walk all the way to work on a daily basis. That translates, Sally, to roughly 20% of our entire workforce. But there's even more to this. Let's focus on those who have to walk part of the way to work. So in other words, they may have to walk to the taxi rank or perhaps the station. 4.2 million South Africans have to do that each and every workday, and that translates to just over 30% of the workforce. So all in all, Sally, we are talking roughly about 7 million people, 7 million South Africans who are having to walk at least part of the way to work on a daily basis. That's 51% of the population. Now you might say, well, usually when people head off to work, it's morning, the sun is shining. Not necessarily, Sally. As we zoom out of those figures, we're going to bring up this. This is basically a schedule which looks at when South Africans leave for work, when they head out of their homes. 25% leave before 6 o'clock in the morning. Another 17% leave between 6 and 6:30, and almost 20% leave between 6:30 and 7, Sally. And, during winter, that's a big concern. I actually looked at the sunrise this morning in Johannesburg. South African Weather Service saying that the sun came up at 6:32 this morning. So that means a lot of people are leaving for work in the dark. Just because we associate darkness with nighttime doesn't mean that the mornings can't be dangerous as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely critical, especially, as you say, as we go into winter and it stays darker for longer. Such an important issue that we are focusing on today here on ENCA. Thank you so much, Michael Marilia.